welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I'd sit down and play with Simply Posh Cosmetics newest release, the Black Cherry palette. I've got quite a few new palettes in. I know it's been a little bit since I've been on. I've had a lot going on, but I've still been doing my makeup retail therapy and I have quite a few palettes. But today this one was just kind of speaking to me. It's just nice and easy, simple, neutral palette with a couple pops of color. Oh, come on camera, why you being silly? So just sometimes when I feel like, because it's got like this metallic like inlay or whatever, or overlay, whatever, when the lights reflect on it, it makes it funny looking. So I hope you can see that. Here's a good idea what the palette looks like. There are a lot of really light neutral nude blush tones. We got some browns down here. This one's called Cherry Bomb. It's really dark, and then you've got a couple pops of green. So anyway, I was looking at this one. It's the newest one. Is it the newest one? I lie. I think the new Glaminatrix palette is the newest one that came in, but I wanted to sit down and play with this one. So anyway, if you want to see what I do with this palette, then just keep watching. So I'm still playing around with some of my camera settings and figuring out like where I want it. Do I want to be like super close? Sometimes I feel it's funny if like I cut off this part of my face and then I'm talking and I'm like, you just see my eyes. So we'll kind of play around with this angle because I want you to be able to see my eyes but still see like my face when I'm talking. Does that make sense? But anyway, yes, I've moved some things around. So I've been busy doing things. All right, let's get into this because I've got a hectic day ahead. So if you'll see, the palette's kind of set up where you can go in with the lighter shade, you can go in with the darker shade down here, and then the shimmer. Sometimes when I get into a palette, I like to jump around and use as many color combos as I can just to like spice it up a bit. But maybe today I should try to show you how you can use that and how it would look. I don't know. I'm gonna start in with this one here, this Fresh Pick, and then I think I'll go in with this color and then that shimmer right there in the middle. Let's see. I'm gonna pick that up on this ColourPop E2 brush. Just a fluffy brush. You do get a mirror in the palette. It's a pretty color. It's blending out nicely. And I think I'm actually going to take that color underneath as well. And then I'm going to go in with this Blend Bunny B1 brush, just a smaller, denser brush. And I'm going to go ahead and go into this wine color and work that color into that outer corner. And I'm going to bring it into the crease a bit. And when I'm putting it on, I'm kind of going in the shape of the eye look that I want. And then I'm bringing it down in. So I'm concentrating a majority of the color here and then just kind of blending it out. And I have hooded eyes, so I have to go up a bit higher. I'm going to go back in with that first brush and just soften this edge. And then I'm going to pick up this AOA Studio E122 brush. It's just a flat shader brush. And I'm going to go ahead and pick up this Luscious color. It does have a shift to it. It's got almost like a goldish don't want to say bronzy, like that deeper coppery kind of look to it, but then it looks like it shifts through like a, almost like a deep wine color. Let's see. Well, let me go ahead and pick this up and get it wet. And I'm just going to go ahead and use this little Glam Glow setting spray I have. So we're going to resort to using my finger to see if I can get more color payoff. I just don't like to use my finger because I don't have small fingers, and I feel like I make a mess when I'm doing that. So I get a little bit of color deposited. It is a very pretty color. I'm gonna dab over where they meet up out here. And that would be a very simple, easy look if you were gonna leave it like that. You could put a lighter color here in the inner corner just to lighten it up, and then maybe darken down here with that wine color again. So I think, because there's not a lighter color in here, so there's not too many like super bright. So I'm gonna go in with this color here, this blush color. I'm gonna put that on the inner corner and just see. It is darker, so we're not gonna do that. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up this color here, this sweet color, because I like to put a shimmer on my inner corner. So if you're somebody that likes lighter inner corners to like really open up the eye, you're gonna have to bring in something else to do that with. And then I'm gonna pick up that color. I'm gonna get it wet and I'm gonna go down underneath a bit. Sorry about that. I'm like looking down, so I was like, let me pick myself up a little bit. I'm gonna pick up this P. Louise brush, just a small dense kind of brush, and I'm going to go into that wine color I used on the outer corner. And I'm just going to lightly bring that down on this lower lash line. Just to make the look more cohesive. It's pretty. So I think I'm going to leave it like that, and I'm going to go ahead and hop over to the other eye. And I think for this eye, I'm going to kind of jump around a little bit in the palette. So I think I'm going to start out with Flush right here. And I'm going to pick that up on this Morphe M453 brush. I'm going to go ahead and put that all over the upper eye. And then I'm also going to put it underneath. I want to see what this bite color looks like because it looks very green, but it's got a shift. You see how these two, when I turn it, you can see the shift. This one is more pink, and it's got like the green there. This one's green. Let me see if it'll pick it up this way. See, and then it shifts. So it's got like deeper, like more like deeper plum color in it. So let's see what that looks like. I'm gonna pick that up on this AUA Studio E122 brush. I'll put that in the middle of my lid. That's a pretty color. I'm just gonna jump right in and put some more on with my finger, just so I can get a little more color payoff. I really like that color. But you guys know me, I love my greens and my blues. So it is very green. It gets a little darker. So I think I want to go in with cherry on the top and put that on the inner corner in here and see what that's gonna look like. Same brush, I cleaned it off a little bit, but it's still a little damp. I'm gonna put that on the inner corner. Pick up a little bit more of that bite color and go up a little higher and then kind of dab over where those two meet up. I'm gonna flip the brush over. I'm gonna pick up a little bit more of that first color here and just really get the shape that I want for the eye look. It's really pretty. Looks very similar like this inner, but it's got like different shimmer than that pink I used over here. It is really pretty. And then I think so this black cherry actually looks like a really dark, deep hunter green color. So I kind of want to use that just, you know, cause. So I'm going to go in with, because I can't tell if it's like super black or if it's really dark green looking at it. So I'm going to go in with this Blend Bunny B1 brush. And let's see. Because it says black cherry, so I'm like, oh, okay, but looking at it, the way the light catches it in the pan, it looks like a deep, deep green. I don't know. Putting it on my eye, though, it looks black. Let's see. Yeah. It's black. So I'm gonna go ahead and just blend that out. I'm gonna pick up that first brush and soften the edge a bit. I haven't picked up any more product. I'm just gonna finish building that up out here, blending it around how I want it out here on this outer corner, bringing it into the crease a bit, just kind of feathering and blending it out up here. And then I want to go back in with that bite color. I'm gonna pick a little bit up and then dab over where they meet up. And actually bring some up a little bit higher because I have hooded eyes. Like that. And then I think for the under eye, I'm gonna go in with this color here. This very cherry, because I just at this point really want to see what it looks like. And I think I'm gonna use Filbert. Well, Filbert is struggling to pick that color up, so I think what I'm going to do is pick up this P. Louise E5 brush that I used earlier. I cleaned it off, but I want to see if I put that in there, if because it's somewhat fluffy but like a little dense, if I can get some color payoff. And I think I'm going to get it wet, and let's see what happens. A little bit. Let me pick Filbert back up. Okay. Well, Filbert it is. That color would be pretty all over the lid because it's almost like that glossy type shade where depending on your skin tone you could put it on and then it have like a subtle shimmer, like glossy effect to it. I like it. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and leave it like that. I'm gonna hop off, I'm gonna finish up and I'll be right back. Okay, so here are the finished looks. I'll go ahead and close my eyes. I'll go ahead and cover one eye. Cover the other eye. And then I'll go ahead and zoom out and we talk about it. So for the eyes, I went ahead and used my, oh, did you hear about KVD? And Kat Von D wants no parts of KVD, and after all this time people are still messaging her about it. I don't know, I saw something and now that I'm thinking about it I need to go back and read up on it because I really wanted to see like what was going on. I just saw like a snippet or a clip and I was like ooh. But anyway, I used my KVD tattoo liner. I think she made mention that she wanted them to either close completely or like change their name. Anyway, such drama. I used Mad Max Brown to go ahead and line this eye, and then I used the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in Dimensional Brown to tight line and then bring that eyeliner down just to make it nice and dark to make these colors pop. So I really liked that. For the other eye, I used my KVD liner in Trooper Black just to do a nice small line. And then I used the ColourPop Cream Gel liner in Calabasas. It's a metallic, but it's just like a nice light. It's a nice light pink, but I thought it would just kind of open it up but not take too much away from all the shimmer on my eye because I really like all the shimmer on my eye. It's very pretty. And then I didn't put lashes on. I just went ahead and used my Sephora Love the Lift mascara and did that. And then my lip combo is Dominique Cream Fill and Define Lip Liner in this Crush. Yes, in Crush. I really like this. I ended up with 2 of them somehow and I stopped using it for a little bit. I think because I just kind of misplaced it in the shuffle of moving all this stuff around all the time. And then I topped that off with the MAC Acting Natural Nude Lipstick and then just blended it out. I didn't want to go for anything pink. I just wanted something nice and neutral to kind of offset, you know, the color of the eye. I do have to run out of here and take my daughter to soccer. So I'm sure I'll get quite a few looks, you know, when I go out with like 2 eye looks. I don't really care, but to me I'd at least like my lips to kind of tone down with the look. This is what I would pair with this or this. So anyway, that's what that is, okay? As for the palette, I like it. I do. I really enjoy Simply Posh Cosmetics. I enjoy the formula. I enjoy their palettes. Is it a one and done palette? Probably not. Like I said in the video, you know, I made some comments on the inner corner and wanting something lighter to put in there. And unless you like to put a shimmer like that, there's really not a color in the palette that's really going to open that up if you're somebody that prefers like a creamy matte, like a white or really light like beige nude, that type of thing, you know. There's not that type of color in here, but I think if you enjoy these colors, like these nude blush pinks, mauve type colors, I think you'll really enjoy the palette. I think there are a lot of options in here to just play around with different tones, so you're not going to get a whole lot of like different colors, if you will, but if you like this particular type of color, there's a lot of tones of that color to play around with. Does that make sense? So I think you'd like the palette if you enjoy that type of thing. I enjoy it. I think I'd have a lot of fun with it. I really like this color. Everything applied nicely. I actually like that inner corner color with this color a lot. you know, this is nice. Was nice and quick and easy, and I really did this eye just to show you that you could take those 3 colors. If you look at the palette and you're like, I have no idea what I would do with it, that's what the whole purpose of this eye was, to be like, hey, here's the 3 colors, this is what you can do. But again, I like something on my inner corner, so I did throw that extra pop of the other pink in there and then bring it down. So I added a little extra, but I still showed you what those 3 colors would look like, is what my point is. So I do like it. It's very easy, very easy. We'll just leave it at that. I mean, it's a very basic eye look that is easy to achieve, especially if you're trying to get into using color and playing with makeup. It makes it very simple, very easy, very user-friendly. That's what I'm looking for. It's very user-friendly. So I don't know, if you haven't tried this company, and the great thing about it is they actually offer a coupon code. So SPC, Simply Posh Cosmetics, gets you 10% off. So they offer a code for their own brand. Like, I just love it. And this came in a very timely manner. I do have the other release, the Down to Earth palette, and I haven't had a chance to use it, but this one was a pre-order and it took forever to get here, and I was like, oh, that's gonna be such a fun, like, summery palette. But I guess you could also, you could also use it for fall because it's a lot of muted tones. But either way, I really like it, and I've got to go because I can't have my kid late to soccer. Today is just a hectic day, and I really wanted to sit down and get a video in. So anyway, if you have this palette and you love it, let me know. If you have this palette and you're like, let me know that too. I enjoy talking to you guys. I'm sorry, I've just been very sporadic. I've been trying to get together some of my medical videos, and it's crazy. Like, I keep deep diving down these like rabbit holes, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So it takes a lot to put into that type of video. Just keep a timeline, keep myself on track. But I do hope to get one of those videos up very soon. And then I also have other just like makeup videos to do. So anyway, I appreciate you guys. I hope you are all happy, healthy, and well, and you enjoy the rest of your day or evening whenever you're watching this. Bye.